Well, Barb, you've cured an awful lot of things, and not all of them have been when we knew how to cure things. Like you were curing things before we ever discovered. Like before I ever cured my herpes, you had cured your vision, albeit possibly temporarily, I guess. And you know, you haven't had the flu in many years, and so on. You know, and Anna. I assume you don't get the flu anymore, right?
No, I haven't had that in a long time. Years.
Right. And so, you know, so most of the people who come to us want to cure herpes. That's why they contact us. And it would be nice if we could. Because we've helped people cure all kinds of diseases: fibromyalgia, Graves' disease, ankylosing spondylitis, would you believe, cancer, and you know, it would be nice to reach out and see if we can contact some of those people. You know, and at the same time, herpes is important. Herpes is a medically incurable virus that's, you know, it's related to a lot of things that do kill people. Like dengue fever.
Oh.
If you can cure herpes, you can cure dengue. If you can make a flu disappear, you can cure dengue. And dengue kills people.
Wow.
Especially like when they get it for the second time. I just read a John Grisham novel about this woman that dies of dengue after she gets it for the second time.
Wow.
Scary. Wow. Wild stuff.
Yeah. So, let's do something for the people who have herpes. Okay?
All right.
Now, why don't you both each show your own version of how you would show somebody how to cure herpes. Since you've both cured it. You know, people are always asking about negative medical tests, and Anna, you never had a medical test that said you were free of herpes, but Barb got one in 2004? 2006, right. So, you know, just both of you together, just show them how you would go about curing it.
Someone else, you said?
I thought about this today because I realized that I don't always associate it as a fun thing to help somebody with their herpes, because it seems like what I do is I just try to stay away from the herpes virus. And I just, you know, I say I'm removing the herpes virus, but actually I'm changing myself so the herpes virus, like, does not have a home in me. And I usually notice it around in, I guess, my gravitational spiral bodies when I'm like having a negative experience or negative thoughts or self-doubts or wanting something I don't think I can have. So I try to stay away from that stuff. In the meantime, I just say I'm now removing all viruses around the herpes virus. And I look for my signal, which is usually up my spine or my hand.
Show your hand. Go a little slower, because I didn't really, it went by too fast.
I just say like I'm removing my herpes virus. Like right now I do, and then with me, especially with my scoliosis, I feel my spine extend and my finger usually moves a little bit, and I just kind of like let it go. Let it go.
Okay. And Anna, what about you?
So it's been about a year and a half since I've detected the virus. When I ask if I have it, there's no movement in any of my body, so it seems to be gone from there. But it's almost every other day or so I can feel like a little tension And so I know that that's what that is, and then I learned how to look in a couple of my bodies, and then I straighten out the energy in those bodies, and once I do that, the tension goes away. So it's mimicking a virus, but it's not really it. But something lingering there, or something that still needs attention.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm still working on.
And Barb, when was the last time you detected herpes in any of your bodies?
Well, I haven't had an outbreak for almost this has been 2.5 years, but I did test for HSV1 in a blood test, so that concerned me because, like you said, and I have heart disease in my family and all that kind of stuff. But I detect it I have a little issue with my gums every now and then, and I know that, the virus is a virus and herpes does all sorts of things. And I just kind of have been constantly removing it lately. So I haven't been retested, but I haven't had any kind of outbreak at all.
Well, your gums are probably coenzyme Q10.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it probably has nothing to do with any virus at all. It's just you need coenzyme Q10.
I mean, when I read that sometimes the virus can go through the mouth into the heart and that kind of thing, that's concerning. And then I cured a very major toothache recently. I didn't even want to talk about it because it was too good to be true, but it's still gone.
Good for you.
With the herpes, I've actually taken it more seriously now. I do it all the time.
Well, you got a negative medical test in 2006. Then you caught the virus again and got a positive medical test several years ago?
Yeah.
So you were not immune to it after you cured it?
Not at that time. I remember with that incident, and I was kind of not in a very strong state of mind. I wasn't protecting myself.
And then you went and had sex with somebody who...
That's what I mean, yeah.
So that, and probably, doing that was probably a symptom of your weakened state.
Exactly. It's almost like I punished myself a little bit by giving myself that.
Yeah, by putting your energy into something that wasn't going anywhere.
Exactly.
And Anna, what do you have to say about this?
It just seems like it can take a while. Apparently, it can take a while to unravel and get to the bottom of things. And I think there's probably some emotional components to it too that need to be looked at and removed as well. Mm-hmm. To support the physical healing. So I've been doing that too.
Yeah. Have you ever actually helped somebody else cure herpes?
Yeah, I did. The other day I helped somebody do that.
Oh, really? Oh, you mean on the phone when somebody called you to get help?
Actually on Skype.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did that go? Tell us about it.
That went really well. The person I was working with, she just could tell immediately that she was doing removals from her bodies. We went through several of them, and she was just sighing and laughing, and she just could tell immediately there was a big difference, and she kept thanking me. So it was just really, she was really happy.
That's wonderful.
She could feel it.
Doesn't it make us happy when we can help somebody?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
Barb, you've helped a lot of people cure herpes, haven't you?
I know. It's just connecting with someone helps them remove things. See, I've helped a lot of people with different viruses.
Yeah, not just herpes, Epstein-Barr, that's right, a lot of other viruses.
Yeah.
You had Epstein-Barr also.
I did.
How old were you when you got mononucleosis?
I was about 17, 18, yes, between 16 and 17 maybe.
And,
actually I got it in college again. I got it basically kind of twice.
Oh, you mean you caught it again from somebody?
I don't know, just sort of
Or it reactivated?
It reactivated. I got sort of like those symptoms, which sort of was almost like a flu. And then that went away. And then when I got tested, it never showed up in a blood test again after I started doing this. And I never really had chronic fatigue syndrome, technically. I mean, I get depression often, or I have, but sort of onto that too.
What do you do when you get depression?
Well, I think I remember you showed me that chart about the entrance points, and I realized that oftentimes people with like a physical disability, like I have this thing on my back, often tend towards, like low self-esteem or depression and all that stuff. So number one, I just know that, and then I try to like do something to I do exercise or that kind of. I do something to kind of speed myself up, or just sometimes I just relax into it and let myself sleep. And like that. I've also met lately. That's how I met that guy Panache Desai. Is like it's amazing how psychic Twitter and Facebook is, because sometimes I just let other people, assist me. I read what they say and I remember the nature of things, and I just try not to worry. But mostly it's kind of like removing it, or just not. I just notice it and react. Like pain, like I can remove pain too.
Right.
Or before it used to totally. I mean, I used to be really afraid when I was in pain. When I first met you, I was in pain all the time.
And you cured that, soon after we met.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when I just tried to stay really busy. I actually had a lot of pain, like when I was in Virginia, but I didn't want to talk about it. I tried to stay busy, and then after, like, Florida, it's just started, like, dissipating, and then I had it, when I was first moved to Santa Fe, and that used to scare me, and then I got sort of like onto that, too. I don't really have any back pain anymore.
So you cured your back pains starting way before there was a cure drive. Yeah,
I mean, kind of like, honestly, that was sort of like why I came to you originally. I was really comfortable in my body.
And you've gone through these cycles where you've cured them and then gotten them back and cured them again. And
yeah, I mean, if I do something stupid, like I did this really vigorous exercise class the other day, and I was sore the next day, but I knew it wasn't, it was because of what I did. And then I just saw Seth Friedman at the grocery store today, and I was remembering this time where I did another weird thing. I mean, I literally could not walk. And he's a friend of ours who's a good chiropractor, and I just like dragged myself to his office, and he was able to fix me. But I'm also just trying to be more gentle with myself.
Yeah, Seth is a master.
He is. I was thinking when I walked out, like that guy, he's just like, it's really amazing. He knows a lot about bodies and spines.
He was our student, Anna, back when he was in chiropractic college.
Wow.
So we know him for a really long time. That was in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now he's moved to Santa Fe. He lives in Santa Fe and has been practicing there maybe from the beginning.
That's great.
He calls it it's network chiropractic, so it's a little different. Have you heard of that?
No. Network?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like he'll have like maybe 3 or 4 or 5. He'll like jump from one person to the next.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So you don't get attached to him. That's what I remember, because I used to get really attached to my doctors. But like right when he's working, then he'll just let you go and walk away. It's pretty cool.
Oh.
Well, Anna, do you want to say any more about curing herpes or helping people cure it?
I think I pretty much said what I've been going through.
And also what you've been accomplishing.
Yeah, that's right. So, no outbreaks for a year and a half. That's been fantastic.
And it took you about a year and a half because you discovered that you could cure it about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And it took you about like a year and a half to get to the point where you had your last outbreak.
Right. where I had control of it.
Now see, my final outbreak was the very first day I discovered I could cure it.
You were one of the lucky ones.
I don't know if it was, I used to think, well, that curing herpes was so easy. What was the problem? But I realized, see, I had been curing a great many other things before I got to the point where I discovered I could cure my herpes. I just had been curing thing after thing.
Yeah, and I had to do a lot too, like traumas and so many things that are on the website. I just had to go through all the material and just work on everything at once.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, just, hit it head on.
That's what I did. See, I did everything at once, and there was this moment when I had a herpes outbreak. And then this thought came to me that I could cure it. And that was just in a flash, and my pain went away in 5 minutes. And it felt like, gee, it only takes 5 minutes to cure herpes. But I just wasn't giving myself credit for all the, all the blood, sweat, and tears that had come before with all the other things that I cured.
Right, exactly.
I realized today that anybody really can cure anything if they really apply themselves. Like, I was with this man today whose father has Alzheimer's, and he was saying how his father was just like him back in the day, so it's hard to believe. And he considers himself very powerful and articulate. But I realized that he could get it too. Like, unless you, like, this kind of work prevents things too. Like, you have to, once you face yourself, like, you're less likely to manifest like an aberrated thing, like an outbreak of herpes or a condition that renders you, incapable of coping with life and stuff. Like, the earlier you start confronting, the better it is for your health. That's why the web college is good.
Well, also, my life and my career have gone particularly well since I started curing things. Because before I started curing, I was, I was just chasing phantoms in my career, and people considered me very successful, but I wasn't happy. Well, it looks like we've lost Anna, but I think this is good for now. Barb, do you have more to say?
No, it's a good thing for me to think about. I appreciate it. Being included. Hi, Anna.
I'm so glad we could, that we could do this together. And I want you to know I'll be putting this up on your YouTube channel, Barb, and on Anna's. Oh, there's Anna again. She's back.
Hey.
I was just saying I'm gonna put up your YouTube movie, probably tomorrow. This movie will be on both of your channels.
Yay.
All right.
Content, that's what they say.
Yeah, content is everything, isn't it? Well, you have content because both of you have accomplished enough so that you can really help other people.
Gotta find the serious people.
Yeah, you have to find the serious people, and you have helped quite a few of people who were at various stages of seriousness. Some not as serious as others.
Right.
But you've helped them all.
There is something to be said for getting a fee, because I think when you're motivated also to follow up with these people, like, you can only be as serious as they are. And it would be fun to go all the way with someone for a negative medical test. So that person will show up.
Well, Barb, in your case, you can just walk out in the street right downstairs from where you live.
Oh, it's amazing.
And you can meet the most amazing people on the planet.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Santa Fe is a watershed for
It is amazing.
Amazing people, yeah.
And this guy was telling me, I met this friend of Jennifer's who he was a very successful artist in person, and he used to have a gallery like directly below me. I'm on the 3rd floor, I guess, or 2nd and a half, and he was directly below me, and that's what he said. He used to sometimes he would just go for a walk like to the hotel and meet somebody and bring them back to his gallery.
Right.
Anyway, cool. Thank you. Perfect.
Well, thank you both, and I will be seeing you very soon.
Thanks, Anna.
See you guys Monday. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Ciao.
Here you see the home page of curedrive.org, which is the Cure College on the web that we have put here for you to come learn how to cure medically incurable diseases. Now, at the top of the page, the home page, which you should be on right here, and I want to recommend, if you have not already, get to this page by opening a tab. Do not turn this movie off. Open a tab so that you can still hear me talking. And leave this tab open and then go to this website. Now, the tally that you see, 132K, people ask, where does that come from? And if you notice, right above it, and this is, by the way, on every page in the web college, it says Report Cure. If I click on that, it goes to a page where there's a little form to fill out where you can report your cures. Now I will press the incredible back button and go back to the home page of curedrive.org. And also, if you want to contact us, there's a little link here that says Contact. And you'll notice that we put our phone numbers in here. We feel more comfortable being called on the phone. So it's just easier to talk, and this is a very big subject, and we find that it saves us time and work if people call us. Now we document our cures. This movie that you're watching here is an example of that. This is a movie where people cure things on camera, and you watch them. You watch them curing things. For example, the woman here at this point in the movie is curing a flu, and if you watch this movie, you'll discover that she comes in with fully developed flu symptoms, including headache and God knows what else, and the symptoms disappear in around 20 minutes. That's how fast this is. Personally, I have not had a flu even try to come on since 1993, when I cured my herpes. My 20th anniversary, by the way, just passed. 20th anniversary of my herpes cure in April of 2013. Okay, if you look again above the Cure Drive, logo, I guess it is, and what you'll see is the Cure Show. There's a link to go to the Cure Show, and the Cure Shows are another way that we documented our cures. And for example, you'll find letters at the top of the Cure Show, and if you click the letter F, it takes you to fibromyalgia, where you see a lot of, or 2 people curing fibromyalgia actually. And underneath it, there are many, many shows on flu. We had a flu hotline. And what you'll find with this is that people with similar conditions get parallel results. Like these people who cured their flu, or I don't think we ever had a person come in to cure the flu that, was just getting it. They all had it for a couple of days. There they are. And you hear their flu cure during the call. in around 20 minutes. So there are about 100 diseases represented on this page. Acid reflux, abuse. There are, conditions can be considered diseases also. Such as traumatic stress syndrome from 9/11, the World Trade Center attack. A woman actually cured her traumatic stress syndrome from that. So now if we're back on the home page again, and up here at the top it says login hub or sign up. If you don't have a password, you can sign up, or you can log in, and you come to the hub of the Cure College. This is the hub, not the home page. And new people who come here, many people just come in and get a password right away. They instantly get a password and come in, and they say, "What is this?" It's gigantic. Over here, this is the basic skill. Skill 1 is cure physical diseases. And it has 10 applications. Remove viruses, cure cancer, end trauma, recode your DNA. With certain diseases, you must recode your DNA to cure the disease. This may be true, for example, of viral-based diseases such as herpes simplex, Epstein-Barr, and so on. And each one has 2 links underneath it. Now if I click on where it says lessons under Recode Your DNA, and these are the lessons. There's this huge page of lessons on recoding DNA. And one of the lessons is remove adverse DNA mutations you catch from other people. Bet you didn't know you were doing that. But you do, and here's the lesson on that, and then you scroll down and there's all these questions. That's how the lessons work. You probably, if this is the first movie you've ever watched, you are probably not ready for a password right now. But you should probably know this is here at the same time, and some things about it. For example, here's an application of Skill 1, which is, what is Skill 1, do you recall? Cure physical diseases, right? And it's called the safety web. See it? Right here, the safety web. If I click on that, what I come to is a page of lessons about, and there's quite a few lessons on this page, about the safety web. Now basically, it's very simple. God isn't going to let you fail. A woman asked me, I was telling her to remove all bacteria from her physical body. And she said, well, if I remove all bacteria from my physical body, will I remove my beneficial intestinal bacteria? And I said, no. You're not going to remove your beneficial intestinal bacteria. You're going to, God won't let you do that. You're safe. However, there's more to the safety web than that. So you'd want to know about the safety web. Also, there's an application called Knowingness is Power. Most people ignore it. The reason it's here is because knowingness is curative. A lot of times things that you cure happen just because you know something. Now, curing physical diseases is the lowest level of study in this web college. For example, here, which is in the mid-level, there's a skill called 3 spiritual diseases. Do you see it? That's only skill 9. There are 12 skills. So another one is about function. Reinstall your functions. Another one is about reclaiming your immune system so that you can be immune to these things and you won't have to cure cancer or herpes. You will not get it. As I said before, have not had a flu in 20 years. I haven't had a flu even try to come on. in the last 20 years. Okay. If you're not ready for a password yet, and by the way, when you're new, you're probably better off with one of these options. These are the best options for new people, which are next to the movie. And that's when you know you want to start and you're ready. You're ready. You've like learned it and you understand how to do it. What you probably want to start getting a signal first. And if you notice under this movie, you should start getting a signal when you watch during this movie, which is now 4.5 hours, and there's many illustrations of people getting signals, so hopefully you'll pick it up while you're doing that. But if not, there's an entire page of signals, including a movie that plays automatically at the top, which is a very good lesson with a lot of very serious people getting signals as the movie goes along, and illustrating how they get signals. And then there are all these other movies about signals as you go down the page. This little tripod is wandering. I'm trying to hold this with my hand while I show this to you. So now, that's an example of some of the other things that are on here. This is our Twitter feed, this black thing, so that you can see what advanced people, because everybody who posts on this has been doing it for a while and, are curing things. A lot of these people have already cured their herpes or their other thing that they came to cure, their chronic fatigue syndrome and so on, and now they're, this is just some things I cooked. It's not about cooking, okay? But anyway, there's lots of people just talking about what they're the more advanced things that they're doing, and these are all people who've cured many things in the past, and probably never get the flu, as I don't. None of us ever get the flu anymore. We don't get sick in that way. That's pretty basic, not getting the flu. So if you're not ready for a password, the thing to do is just keep watching movies. And let me show you something about that. There are lots of movies to watch. Here's one that says I cured it in 10 minutes, and lots of people are interested in this. This is a popular movie. This woman is very experienced with this. She's been doing it about 15 years. And but see, if you go down on this movie to here where it says YouTube, and let's click on this. Let's go to the YouTube page, which is the same movie. See, you're on the same movie now. And right underneath it, there's something that says, let me just show this to you. Cure Drive is the account that the movie is in. And you see it says it has 352 videos. So the thing to do is to click on that and go in to the Cure Drive account with the 352 movies. And then, once you're there, subscribe to the account so that you can get back to it easily. And then there are other accounts too. This is not the only account. Some of them only have 25 movies. There's about 10 different accounts. But there's another one that has 250 something movies on it. This is deceptively simple and easy. As you watch these people in these movies, the cure is always instantaneous. And it gives the impression that it's over and you don't have to continue. You don't have to study. And then you get sick again because you didn't get deep enough and get everything. With that being said, I want to show you these women curing something instantly and leave you with the thought that it's probably not going to be what you expected it to be. I think when you watch these women, that's what you see here, that it's probably not going to be what you expected it to be, but it does cure, it probably will if you hang in there and stick with it, you probably will cure the thing you came to cure. Say, can I go to the 144th dimension? See if you get a signal on that. Can I go to the 144th dimension?
Can I go to the 144th dimension? Yes? I guess I can.
Go ahead and do it.
Okay,
Okay.
both of you go to the 144th dimension.
I'm taking myself to the 144th dimension.
Me too.
No stopping for gas on the 8th dimension.
I feel clear.
Yeah, I feel less interested in anything below the 144th dimension.
Can we stay here all the time?
I know, exactly.